Hello, Melissa, can you hear me? Hello?
Hi, is it starting yet?
No, so we are going to wait like 5 more minutes maximum to see what
Okay.
the people are coming, and then we start. Okay?
Okay, amazing. Thank
Good.
you.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, good. So we are going to start because otherwise we are going to time, and then as people come, we'll see how it goes. Okay? We enjoy the fact
Okay.
that good. Okay, so thank you, Melissa, for coming for the PM Consultancy Space for MC applicants of AIESEC in Romania. I'm happy to see you here. And I'm going to be projecting a presentation that I prepared for the space. So in case you have questions or at any point you didn't hear something that I said, just interrupt me because I don't think I will see the chat
Okay.
here on the because of the presentation. Okay, good.
Okay.
Thank you. So can you tell me just a little bit like where are you from and what you have been doing in AIESEC?
Sure. Okay, so I'm from AIESEC in Surabaya. It's from Indonesia. So yeah.
Mhm. Oh,
My
that's
background
cool.
is IGV.
Oh, that's awesome. Really. Okay, so I'm going to start now, and then I'm not going to be able to see anymore the screen.
Okay. Okay.
So, wait, it's loading. Can you wait?
Sure.
Tell me once the screen share is working, okay?
Okay.
Is it
Yep,
working?
I can see it. Yeah, it's working.
Okay, good. So again, this is the People Management Consultant Space. So welcome to it. And I didn't say my name or anything. So my name is Lara, and I'm here to support you through this process. So throughout the space, I'm going to provide some information, some insights about PM and AIESEC in Romania, so it can help you in your application. And then if after that you still have questions or you want to talk to me about anything, be it even about life in Romania, you can just find me in my email, because usually on Facebook I'm not that responsive. It's easier on email. Okay, but then the topics for today, it's our overall situation on PM. What were the focuses for the second semester of 2017? What are the current challenges that we have? And what are going to be the focuses for the first semester of 2018? So the first thing regarding the overall situation, let's understand how is PM and AIESEC in Romania. The first thing is about our membership split right now, and this information is from beginning of January. So until beginning of January, we had a total of 739 members. And then you can see how they are split between IGV and then the other areas, and most of our membership is on IGV. And the other ones on the other operations, you see that it's almost the same number of members. And then what we are facing right now, it's okay, how can we actually work more in a smarter way with our structures? Because when you stop to see, for example, IGT, it's having, if you think on the intensity of approvals and this kind of things, you're going to see the IGT is way better on that, and OGV more than OGT. So, and the number of members is almost the same. So how are we actually working with the structures? And then you have also split it on PM, finance. I'm sorry that for some, like, you didn't show the numbers, but finance is a little bit more than PM. A little bit less, sorry. And the others here is that in some LCs, we still have some areas like alumni development and digital marketing, but digital marketing is not going to be an area anymore on this next year. And then for PM and finance, what we are trying to do is to reduce a little bit the number of members, because while some LCs have, like, they didn't quite follow the structure that we suggested, others don't have any members, so it's not very balanced. And also the structure, it needs a little bit more of support from our side to actually make sure that they are implementing in a more smart way. Okay.
Okay, I have a question about the membership. Is it like the membership of the full member, or is it like just a member of member? Like, I mean, like just a regular member.
What did you say? Sorry, can you repeat?
Okay, so I don't know. I think it's like kind of different between Romania and Indonesia, because like in Indonesia we have a full member. Like there is a criteria that we need to fulfill to be able to be a full member. Like the number of 739, is it like a full member or just a member?
Just a member, like every member of Romania. Yeah, and then remember the number would be smaller, let's say. And also the process is not aligned between the LCs, but it was not, this process itself is still not a focus for me, let's say, because it's not something that is harming the processes itself.
Yep.
So yeah, here's just members overall.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. And then we go now for retention. So this is the semester retention overall, counting since August. And then how do we calculate the retention? You need to consider the HR that you had at the beginning of the period, the new entries that you had from, for example, now from August until beginning of January, like the new entries of members that we had, and then the members that exit. And here on this retention, I'm counting only the members that left AIESEC in the middle of the project, like they didn't finish their term, didn't finish the project, or were fired. Not the people that, like, in the end of the semester, okay, I finished my project, I'm going to leave. No, because these people actually finish their experience in AIESEC, and requires a lot of requires other solution to avoid that. So here is only the people that left AIESEC in the middle of the term or were fired. And overall, in AIESEC in Romania, our retention rate is good. As you can see, almost 78%. But we have some LCs that have like 90 something, 80 something retention, and we have some other LCs that are red flags that have 50% retention. Like even I don't remember exactly by head, but maybe even 40 something. So overall, the retention rate is good, but then this is seen when you see more specifically, there are some LCs that are in danger. And then you're going to see more in front. I'm going to talk a little bit about these challenges. Okay? Good. And then we go on the membership age, and it's not regarding, I didn't found another term for it in English. It's not about the exact age of the membership, like 20 years old, 21 years old, but like for how long the members that we have today have been in AIESEC. And then when you look at it, you see that more than half of the membership of AIESEC in Romania is from 2017. So they have maximum 1 year inside AIESEC. And then from this, you also consider that around 66 people, like from the EBs, because I put minus the LCPs elect, are going to leave. And these people from EB, they're like from 2016 to 2015. So yeah, most of our membership in 2018 are going to have between 4 months and 1 year of AIESEC. And here in 2017, most of these people are actually from the recruitment they're from the recruitment of the second semester. So this is something that requires other way of working, like on how we are going to educate our membership, how we are even going to work with EBs, because there are some LCs that have new members as EB, like most of the EB as new members. Not all of them, but still. It requires a different way of working and understanding how we are going to work better, increase the processes, increase the team standards implementation in order for us not to continue to have this problem, because it's not, in the past, it's not something very new in AIESEC in Romania. And then here comes the team standards implementation. The overall team standards implementation in AIESEC in Romania, again, like it's good, 80%, like it's medium, but again, is the overall part. And then when I stopped to analyze, I saw that like the lowest implementation on each layer, like taking from all layers, like team leaders with members, with their team leaders, the lowest implementation ever was 33%, and the team standard that was always repeating every analysis that I did per layer of the organization, repeating as the lowest was the individual plan part. So there is the lack of the understanding of like how to use the LDA in the membership, actually do the personal development plan, which you're going to see there is it's going to be one of my focuses, like working specifically on these standards and on this part of standard communication with the membership, because important part of the experience of a member to have this individual plan and this personal development plan well built, because it's going to kind of guide his experience inside AIESEC. But then in the highest implementation, we have the support system, but support system in the sense of how the person is feeling regarding her own job. So on the part of I'm growing, I feel welcome. So this is not lacking inside AIESEC, but when you go into the more professional part and more when you think about the need that the experience has to, like the member, he needs to have something else than actually feeling welcome, and there is room and everything needs to have the measure in the plan. And this is one thing that is lacking. Okay. And then I don't know if you guys have seen it, like about the clarity of who. And now internationally, AIESEC International is actually tracking how is the process implementation in each entity. And then I filled up the form, and these were the results regarding how is our implementation on each process. And I'm starting to work now with the LCs for them to like kind of create a copy for AIESEC in Romania. You can see here on this PM process data, and I put the VPs to fill it so I can see how is their understanding of each process inside and keep, and then to understand how to make it grow, let's say, how to improve it. And then stop and see nationally, AIESEC in Romania is good on the implementation of the GET process, which is mostly like regarding to recruitment, selection, location, but the lowest ones are on develop and keep, and then mostly on keep. And this also shows the same when I put the LCs to fill out the form. The lowest one was also keep. And then like I had some inputs on it, but rather like you guys that want to apply to see and to analyze, like, okay, what are these TM processes and what are the things that we are actually very low on. Here on education, it was the biggest bottleneck at some point was on the education part, but we solved it, and then there are other things now that we need to improve, and I would like you guys to actually have your point of view in it. So you can check it on this bit.ly. This is the international one, so bit.ly/PM dashboard. And this is the one that I did, the national one, PM process data, where I'm tracking how the VPs are. And I want to use it as well to understand who can be the good case practices of the network. And then what happened as well on this process implementation analysis is it's a self-assessment. And then, for example, when you are answering, you put that either you implement it, don't implement it, or only some LCs implemented. And in this case, there are things that only some LCs of AIESEC in Romania, I can say for sure that they implement, which take us to partial implementation of some things. So it doesn't count here. Let's see. Okay, moving forward. About the AIESEC Hub, which is something that I'll be working on this second semester. That's why I put here as well. When we did a survey for membership experience, which was also the survey that gave us insights on this implementation, I put this question about the AIESEC Hub. So we see that it was 400, 600 and something members that answered the survey itself. And then we see that, okay, 250 people know how to use it, but we still have this lot that know what is the AIESEC Hub, but don't have an idea on how to use it, or don't know what is the AIESEC Hub. And then also from these people that know how to use it, they don't actually access the AIESEC Hub. So why is it? And then in the end, the number of active users that we have on the AIESEC Hub right now is 131. And then about this number, it has actually been increasing since we developed our education cycle in the AIESEC Hub, because I have the status of administrator, so I could create courses there. And then from one month to another, we jumped from 60 to 120 something. And then now even this month, we increased a little bit from 120 something to 131. So we are increasing on the access of the AIESEC Hub. And the plan is to have maximum until the end of this semester, 50% of implementation of the AIESEC Hub, like maximum until the end of this term, or if we can achieve 100%, we can also. And to have that, we need to have 40% of the membership as active users of the Hub. Okay. So going through all this data information, I have other data as well, but I thought that it would be good to put everything on the space. So in case you guys want to know, you can talk to me. I'm very weak about analytics, so I think I'll have a lot of statistics in case you want to talk. I think someone is with the mic open. You guys close the mic. There is someone with the mic open and it's making noise. Okay. Better now. Okay, but then what were my focuses for the first semester? In the first semester, I had 3 pillars, which were network management, recruitment evolution, and membership development. And then this is like the summary of the summary. But basically, network management is because, yes, as a MCVP PM, I need to manage the network and making sure that they are engaged and they are understanding things and receiving information and building stuff, and to manage the NSTs that will be working with them. So network management was about VP's management, so network calls and everything else that comes inside, NST management and accountability, which was sending them reports and newsletter and being very transparent as well with whatever is happening, like be also sending outputs, making sure that we have this kind of information management. Recruitment evolution was about recreating the recruitment in AIESEC in Romania, because it was lasting, like it was something that my predecessor Rifty started, like shortening the period of recruitment. But then for this year we continued with it. So it was recruitment revolution was about recreating and seeing how to do it faster and requiring less human resources, let's say, because basically when there is the autumn recruitment, the whole LC stops. So I was thinking about ways of avoiding it, ways of making things faster. And I built it. Actually, I didn't build it. I put my NSTs, the two NSTs consultants that I have to recreate how was going to be the recruitment. And we started to put it inside the model of the 10 days induction and everything. It worked for some LCs. And then it was about creating. So we recreated, educating the network on how to do it, showing to them the proposal and everything, and then implementing. So tracking the implementation. And also this part of changing the recruitment was about the way that the talent plan was going to be done, because historically AIESEC in Romania was on every autumn recruitment, because this is one of the bottlenecks I'm going to show you guys. The recruitment happened university timeline. On this autumn recruitment, people were always recruiting like 10, 20, 30% more of their talent plan. Like way. The talent plan was already big, like more than actually needed. And besides that, people were recruiting way more. So for example, for some LCs that should have, I don't know, 15 members, they were recruiting 60 and this kind of stuff. So it was one of my concerns and one of the things that I wanted to change, and we managed to change it. So we had 107% recruitment of the talent plan. And then the third pillar, it was about membership development, and I put it in red because my point of view was one of the pillars on which my work was not that it was not the best, but between these three, I think this is the one that I would have done more and developed more. So it was about exchange, IXP, working also regarding local volunteer and working more closely with operations, education being functional education or general, like AIESEC education, not me delivering functional education, but working in synergy with the operations to make sure that we are delivering, and analytics. In terms of analytics, like I had all the information, the analysis, but the systems, they were in need of improvement, and we are going to change it now. All the tools and smarter tools are ready to be used from 2018, like from this month. And for me, this was what was lacking. But then I think from this pillar, the thing which I see that I implemented the least was the part working more with exchange. So the biggest challenge for me was how to work with IXP. And then it can be that either the market on winter is not good, or there didn't work as best as I could with synergies, but we are seeing how to work in project in the MC to boost that for the second semester. We only had 16 IXPs on 2017.2, and the goal is to achieve at least 130 overall in the MC term. We are working on a way. We have like IXP meetings this month and everything to start working with IXP from earlier, and I will be having IXP calls with the VPs as well, to try to do it more fit to the local reality, let's say. And then on the education part, we started working with education more on the, like, when you think about education, like, oh, materials and this kind of stuff, because of course we had education in the national conferences, but we are actually just having an education cycle, like a clear education cycle, even using like a tool that was developed by AI this semester. So we started working more with education and organizing this preparation of the network more on the last quarter of 2017. So starting in October, November. And then we started with the AIESEC Hub, with education for the VPs, and we are evolving it now. But even though like we already have a lot of things that are going to evolve from the semester, this was the thing that was one of my focuses 2017.2, and that I don't think that I worked that well with. And then the challenges. So actually, these are the current challenges. When you stop and see, like, okay, AIESEC in Romania, we are very low on develop and keep implementation, as you guys could see, and even lower on keep. Recruitment happens on university timeline, and I have a plan on changing that, piloting recruitment and operational timeline with some LCs. But it's a very big bottleneck for us. Like, we basically lose the whole second semester. Exaggerated a little bit, but like, we recruit people, the recruitment finishes at the end of October, and then the person has kind of November to start working. But you have only 2 weeks, and then winter holidays, and then January they have sessions for 2-3 weeks. So basically, you don't have a second semester. And then the LCs that have bad retention, like the ones that I put there as red flags, they have it like this for years now. Like, it's the same LCs. So the plan now at this point is to work with direct support for them, like really direct support, and even to be their consultant if needed. And I'm going in visits in this LC as well to start providing this more close support. And also the challenge is to improve the educational cycle. We are finishing already, like, the education cycle for the whole semester, and then there will be at least a draft for the education cycle for the second semester, so the next MC can have it ready. And it's a challenge, but it's something that we are working on. And then also about systems. So implementing the new tracking systems, the past systems, they were not very smart, or like a lot of spreadsheets, and then I had to go through each spreadsheet and count people and do this, do that. So yeah, so the challenge is to implement these new systems with the VPs and educate them and everything to implement the AIESEC hub, because still there are a lot of people that don't understand. And regarding exchange, it's about IXP, how to really, really boost it and make IXP and the delivery on summer, because a lot of members go back home, because here, like, we have the people living on dorms, and even the ones that don't live on dorms, sometimes they don't have how to pay to stay in the city during the summer. So a lot of members going back home. If we work with IXP members on IXP, like how to work with them, and also how to work more with local volunteer, but in the right way, because some LCs were using local volunteers as members, but they were not actually members, so it still is a little bit confusing. And then for 2018, this first semester, the focuses are on management capacity building, having the systems on place, and network development. So you see as green the management capacity building part. It's also because AIESEC in Romania is going to pilot the AI project as well, the second part of the management capacity building project. And this project itself, again, this is a summary of the summary. It's a lot about working with the competence model embedded in everything. So in selection, allocation, and when I talk about selection and allocation, it's not only recruitment itself, but team leaders election, EB elections, future LCP elections. How to use it embedded on the talent review, and also on the education cycle. We are already starting. It's starting to do it. The TM processes implementation. So how do we work with them? Like, how do we understand what is the main need of AIESEC in Romania, and the main thing that the VPs don't understand regarding the TM processes, to have them in a really, really good state by the end of the second semester, in a way that, I don't know, for 2018.2, my successor or the next MC only needs to worry about the evolution of this thing, and not actually having to put the things on place regarding the TM processes. And also team standards education, because the team standards evolved, and also because of the thing that I mentioned regarding the individual plan, personal development plan. There is not this 100% understanding on, okay, I have the LDA, why is the LDA important, and how to embed it in my plan or in the plan of my member throughout this AIESEC journey. And there's still not this understanding, and I think we need to work a lot on team standards education still. Systems on place is to have the new tools on place, so they're centralized, people using it, education on the usage of these tools, to have the analytics being generated with established routine, and also having an ST to work with that, so I can focus on other things. A network development is to evolve the work of the NST, so to have synergies within the NST team. We are going to start, it's a focus for the whole network heads to have the coaching based on the OD model, because our OD model health and operational part, growth part. Continue with the accountability and transparency, and the co-building the agenda of network touchpoints with the VPs. So not me doing like establishing what are the things that I'm going to talk about with them, but to also have them requesting and building together, because it's something that I was evolving on the last semester, but still, I think that there is a lot to evolve on that, on how we can use the network, and also the NSTs giving more inputs on the plan and on the direction of PM or of AIESEC in Romania itself. Okay. So about PM 2017.2 challenges and the future, that was it. I want to know now, what are the questions that you guys have about, it can be about things that were said here or questions that you have there regarding PM but were not mentioned here. We still have like 10, 15 minutes. Questions. Going to wait. Does anyone have questions?
No,
Okay.
nope. For me, it's clear enough.
Okay, good. So yeah, if no one has, wait, someone said something, I think, or not. I
Hello.
cannot. Okay.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Hi. Yes.
Yeah. Hi. I just had one doubt regarding the TM process. If you see, there are some small LCs like Suchawa, where there are only 4 members. So how that LCs are going forward, because they are already a part of Cluster 6. So how MC is planning to take that LC forward, or there is some alternative for that?
Can you repeat the question when you said they have members?
So like I was just going through some of the trackers right
Uh-huh.
day before. So I had seen that there are some LCs where the membership is very less, like less than 10. Example, Suchawa, where there are only 4 people, I think. So
No, no.
like how MC is going to take forward for that?
So Chava has a good number of members. Actually, they have 26, around 26 members. But yeah, we have Oradia that has 4 members right now. And
Yeah,
what's
yeah, yeah.
happening?
Four
Yeah.
members.
There is
Yeah,
Oradia,
yeah.
and let me just check because I'm not very good at keeping things in my head. Yeah, like the main red flag in terms of membership at this point is Oradia. And then what we are doing is that, for example, I'm here now. I am at Oradia and I have been working with them for the like yesterday and today, the whole plan, like going through the the things that they need to have ready, and we have a plan now on how they're going to recruit these people, and they're already going to start recruiting based on the competence model. And regarding how things go after that, is that I'm going to track this implementation because they don't have a VPPM as well. Like they had problems with that. They don't have a VPPM. I'm going to be tracking that and also working together. Like the idea doesn't matter what kind of problem the LC has, if it's on PM specifically or on other area or overall, is for the VP, for the MCVP, like the network head, to work together more closely with the LC coach of that LC. Because now we don't have LC coaches like inside the MC like semester. For example, I was an LC coach and MCVP and this and that. We have
Yeah.
part-time LC coaches, so like to work together on how this LC, how the LCP can be coached, and how what kind of support we're going to give to the LC. But the main thing for us how I saw like as MC after the replanning the things that we have been discussing is to really like go to the root of the problem. Like I saw that Oradia had a problem with membership and it was not going to work for me just to have a hangout with them. It was not going to work for us to just have a hangout with them and okay, let's do a plan. So I was like, okay, I need to go there. I'm going to go there and that's it. And also CBU has a big problem with retention. I'm gonna go to CBU on this last week of January because it's not going I'm not going we are not going to understand the full situation if we don't go there and see for ourselves and talk with people and have this moment to actually understand everything and plan together. The plan right now is this
Yeah,
one. Let's see if
cool.
it works.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Uh,
I don't know if
Hello.
it's not Dodwa, I think how you say it. I don't know if this person is trying to talk or not, but we cannot hear you.
I had one more query as well.
Mm-hmm.
Regarding the pipeline of EB and middle management. While it comes like I'd been following few LCs in Romania, like from past 1.5 year. So I had seen that there are some LCs which are open third round, fourth round for EBs. Still, they're not getting people for the positions that they had open. Instead of that, they are
Mm-hmm.
setting down some portfolios of their operations because they are limited with the people. So,
Mm-hmm.
what are the step like? Can we know what is the thing which was stopping them? Like, might be the recruitment timeline because their recruitments are delayed till October for the second
Mm-hmm.
semester, so that the new people can't apply for the incoming EBs. So, like, is there any other problem, like as such, like in order to tackle this problem?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there is this part of the recruitment that I think that it harms a lot, but also for me, like let me just open here. When you go into the implementation process, we basically like our implementation on the keep on the specifically on succession and how we work with succession is really really bad. Like it's bad. Either people never they don't know how to do it or they just don't know. So the
Oh,
plan is to work with it, is to work more strongly with this part of keep, because it was not something that it was paid attention to improve this retention, because that's the main thing for me at least. Of course, there are other things like we need to improve as well on the team standards implementation, how we work with this career plan with people and the retention and to keep I said in the beginning that like I calculate the retention rate based on people that leave AIESEC in the middle of the term, they don't finish the project, or people that are fired. But there are also the people that like okay, they stay those 6 months, they finish the project, but then they want to leave. So how can we actually work with AIESEC as a career brand for these people to stay long and for us to have these people that have knowledge and want to assume more positions and put the knowledge in practice and learn even more. So it's a combination between the team standards implementation, the part of the key processes. So I would say these are things that we need to work on to not have the situation again on the next year.
okay. Thank you so much.
Okay. Hi.
Hi.
I'm just joining in, so probably you might have said certain things I didn't hear.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to ask how many LCs are in Romania?
16. 15 LCs and one initiative group.
One. Okay, so all 15 LCs are full member LCs, or some are supporting units.
No, only 9 LCs have voting.
Only 9 LCs have full membership. I'm asking.
Yes,
Okay, okay.
from 15, only 9 LCs have voting. And the main thing is there are some debts, and I won't remember the other, but there are some things that make them lose membership. There's also, we have SONA every month, so for them to fill the things, and some LCs don't do it. And when you don't do it, you kind of lose membership. So
Okay. But can I know some of the things that make you lose full membership?
mm, there are a lot of things. I don't remember all of them by head. to be honest, but that there are some minimums in the compendium regarding membership. There is also like in case your LC has debts, if you don't pay the debts, then you don't have membership as well. What else? Legal matters like statute, the transfer of statute, like to have everything on place, the legality of the LC on place. And there is the SONA itself for the operations. Like I have SONA for PM, they need to update the things. There is a SONA for finance that they need to update the budget and everything. And if you don't do it on the deadline, then you also don't have like you can lose membership for that. So we had at some point we had a lot of that didn't have the full membership because of that. But we are working on it, like with the membership subcommittee chair, and see how we take care and make Sona even more useful for the LCs, because we had that at some point, like that they were not seeing the sense, but then we started to evolve and improve, help them understand, like, okay, why is Sona important and this and that. Yeah.
Okay, that's nice. And I want to know how many of the engagements with AIESEC products is Romania currently working on?
We work with local volunteer, but it's not the strongest is Youth Speak Forum.
Okay. For how many years now?
Local volunteer 2 years, and Youth Speak Forum since Youth Speak Forum exists. I think it's from 2015. Like we started with the Youth Speak Forum itself, like more structure on 2016, and then on this year we had like we grew on participants. And for this next semester, the idea is to double the number of participants of Youth Speak Forum to see if we keep the same model or not. And for local volunteers, we started working with it like this last year, like on summer. And now we are going to see how it goes for this next summer as well, because it's our biggest peak of realization.
Okay. And for operations, do you operate with all the AIESEC products, or you just do some of them?
All of them.
All of them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, I had one more query regarding RXPs. Can I proceed with that? Yeah, can I proceed with that? Yeah. So, like, if I had compared stats of OGX of Romania, like it was around 400 outgoing participants are going, like 400 to 300 are going every year. So, like, what are the strategies that are implementing to reintegrate the people so that
Wait,
RXPs can
I didn't understand your question. Can you repeat, please?
so like yeah so like there are around 300 to 400 people from all from all over the country who are going for exchanges, outgoing exchanges. So like what are the strategies, what are the strategies, or is there any reintegration program in order to increase the reintegration exchange participants, so that if that kind of people are in the LC, which might increase IXP culture in the local committee. So
Yes.
like such kind of
I understand. Yeah, we started to work on that like on this last summer, but it was not very defined, I would say, like even between me and the OGX VPs. And something that we are going to start working more on this semester, but we never had something as like, okay, so it's part of your I don't know. I think the alignment didn't went on the same time, because, for example, we were. I remember that on this summer, like after when we were starting the MC term, there was this idea, and I was like, okay, guys, we can also start working with the veterans because they are arriving now, and then how we put this as a topic in the reintegration seminar, and then how we get these people to AIESEC, how to actually make them part of AIESEC. But for example, some LCs were waiting until October to select these returnees when actually it shouldn't be like that. So it was kind of the mindset that we'll sure try to change for the semester and start working more on it, and to have this kind of embedded, on the things that you do as PM, on the things that you do as an operation as well. Like and OGX, like you need to have this kind of topic in there on your reintegration seminar. You need to make sure that you are capitalizing on those people. But it wasn't like a clear
Yeah, and
strategy
I
or
had
something
one.
that we were pinpointing.
Yeah, I had one more basic question. So, like,
Mm-hmm.
it was very basic. For example, so if you see a lot of MCs are having MCVP talent management instead of MCVP people management.
Mm-hmm.
So why Romania is moving with people management rather than talent management?
Yeah. When I assumed it was people management, when I started it was management, and that's it. That's basically that. When I
Okay.
applied, it was people management, so it continued to be. But I'm just kidding. There was this
Yeah.
evolution on like what is the focus on talent management, and then what is the focus on people management, and that people management is more focused on understanding the data for the
Engaging people.
development rather than
Yeah.
recruiting the talent itself. But it was just something that it was a tendency, I think, and then it changed to people management. But it was never like it was not something that I decided on or that I went further in. Like, oh my god, why are we people management? So yeah. But if you
Okay.
search like the
Uh,
differences between talent management and people management, you see that we work more on the people
for
management side.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there is one more query regarding the exchange support, like for exchanges. So, if you consider IGV, the organization structure of IGV department in Romania is quite complex because they like people use matrix organization structure where one team member need to like synergize with both team leader and project manager. So, like, is it creating any kind of problem because synergy between two people might hamper the experience and mismatch of JD can happen. So, like, is there any kind of problem as such, like while implementing that structure?
Yes, in my point of view, yes, because for some LCs they don't even have the structure for like to have those many team leaders because a project manager is also a team leader. Uh, but then what happens is that for the smaller LCs, the recommendations are different, like to work with project managers or only with team leaders and on processes and stuff. So the matrix is only suggested for some big LCs, but what has been happening, some people are adapting at local level. So at some point, this structure will need to evolve.
And one more question. It's just a query. It's not a question. Uh, is there any internal communication channel for TM for the whole commission or something like that, where you can check the data at any particular time, like like something internal communication thing,
Wait,
intercom,
what do you mean
basically.
inside the PM network?
For example, if you want to calculate the retention of like if you want to find the retention of any LCs, like you just need to go through trackers or you have any separate channel where you can see like
No,
for
there is.
example
Okay.
for
Okay.
example
Sorry.
can,
I'm
can
sorry.
I
You
give
can
some insight?
continue.
Yeah, so like for example India is piloting some of the project where all the membership will be on some database. It's a website which was built by like internally, which is being built by internally, where we can track each and every member. So, is there any such kind of thing which was existing in Romania, or is it being implemented yet?
Okay. Hope I understood the question. Regarding membership tracking, like all and stuff, we are going to use Podio now. So it's going to go there, like all the membership information. Then you can filter and extract and have all the information. But the visual information itself, I'm going to keep at the PM master tracker. So when you go in the master tracker, you can see like, oh, okay, these are the number of members. This is the retention. This is that. Which like this data is going to be extracted from the Podio itself. Because on Podio you can see all the members and you can have all those data, but it's I don't know how to explain it. Like it's good and the
Yeah,
can
yeah.
understand, but I still wanted something like for I don't know for externally for people to be able to see because one we cannot expose membership information. It's on the GDPR, like the new law that is going to rule on the European Union, and two, like that we cannot use spreadsheets anymore, and then I wouldn't put everyone that wants X on Podio because it's personal information.
Okay. Can I know current retention and productivity of as an entity of Romania?
I'm going to put the link here. It's
Yeah.
bit.ly. I'm going to share the screen and then show it to you. Okay. Oh my god. So this is the PM Master Checker, and the link is this PM basically. And then there is everything here, like the current HR, retention rate, LDA taken per members. So initial LDA, final LDA, HR plan. This is from the auto recruitment. So like how was the HR plan, and then I was tracking how much they were recruiting. The members that they had before the auto recruitment, and then the members that they have after the auto recruitment, because I needed to have an understanding of, okay, this LC is planning this many members, but how many members are they going to have after? Because when you just see the plan, then it sounds like, oh, it's okay. But then when you match things, was something that was huge. Yeah, and the information is here about retention and everything. So you have for each LC and all of this. If you see that there is not information for one LC, is because the LC didn't update. Because, for example, there are some LCs that didn't have VPPM from the second semester, like Test and some others, and they were not updating the things. And so I didn't have all the information. Yeah. That's
Okay.
That's it from my side. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you. Hello? You can say your question, it's fine.
Okay, so my last question is what kind of synergy is between people management and organizational development?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so me and Alina, who is the MCBPOD, we work basically understanding what is the situation of the LCs, because she gives me the overview and how the LCPs are working with them, and I bring the view on PM, and it's kind of us working together to I wouldn't say downscale, but to provide the same kind of information and alignment for the VPCM and for the LCPs, you know, and also I support her regarding like team standards and what are the things that kind of need to be sent to the LCPs in this matter. And I don't know, we work together. It's like, I don't know, it's like it would be the synergy between an LCP and VPTM, and then we work together to make sure that we are sending them the same information. So the synergy at local level can also be very well aligned. And the VPTM can be like the right hand or something of the LCP. I don't know. We mostly like, I ask things about LCs that I see that maybe there is this problem here and there with this VPPM in this LC, and I don't know how is the work with the LCP. So I talk to her and ask about the LCP. I ask her about the overview regarding that LC as well. And now we work together more also because of the OD model, because the OD model has the health part, which requires things from PM. So we need to combine the things and the overview and to see, okay, so what do we do and what can we do together to solve some problems in some, like some issues in some LCs, because there are some things that I cannot solve alone as MCVP PM. So it's basically that.
Okay.
I hope I answered your question. Okay, so we need to finish the call because the finance consultant space is going to start in 4 minutes. And then in case you guys you want to talk about anything else, like you can just send me a message on Facebook. Just make sure that when you add me, you identify yourself and you say that you are applying for MC Romania, because I don't usually accept people that I don't know, or send me an email, which is also there on the application website. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you guys for coming to the space. Good luck with the application, and I hope to see your faces there on the 2nd. Bye.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Bye, thank you. Bye. Oh, can I ask for the PPT?
Yes, I will post it there.
Okay, thank you so much.
Bye.